Everybody wants more inventory to come to the market. So I'm going to break down the NAR 2024 Home Seller Trends Report next and show you where the inventory is coming from. So if you get some value out of this, you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You can hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a call about your home selling or buying needs, feel free to do that in the link in the comments. The 2024 Home Seller Trends Report is one of the most interesting pieces of data you can get when you're analyzing the real estate industry. And most consumers, whether it's sellers who are looking to buy a new home or first-time buyers or people that want to upgrade, they want to know where the inventory is coming from. So among everyone surveyed, here's the breakdown of the most commonly cited reasons that people are selling their home in this most recent report. And this is for last year in 2023. 23% want to be closer to friends or family. 13% need a larger home. 10% had a change in their family situation. So think death, divorce, an estate, something like that that causes something to change. Maybe the kids are moving out of the house. 9% because their neighborhood was less desirable. 9% because homes are too large. Job relocation is 8%. Retirement is 8%. Upkeep of the home is too difficult due to health or financial limitations is 5%, and moving closer to your current job is 3%. There's a couple other here as well. Schools being less desirable at 1%. Can't afford the mortgage and other expenses is 2%. So the point is, and then there's other, which is 11%. So who knows what that means. The point is that I wouldn't be expecting some big bounce in inventory. If you look at the inventory data that we've been seeing, we are seeing active listings rise. We talked about this last week. We are seeing new listings coming to the market rise. So there is more inventory coming. But if you're a buyer looking for a property, whether you have a home to sell or not, don't bank on this big influx of new homes coming to the market. If you see something you like, I would be getting ready to make a move on it now in the anticipation of that. Even if you're planning on moving in the next 12, 18 months, what that entails is getting your finances straightened out, making sure your credit report looks good, understanding the costs involved with buying and selling a home and getting comfortable with those, having a financial plan to do this. Proper preparation is going to help you here to make sure that when these homes do come to the market, you're going to be able to take advantage of them. What we're not seeing is anything here that's not need-based. It's a change in life. It's a change in your day-to-day, right? Something changes and there's a life event that happens, and that's why people move. So when I see this data here, and there's some other things that are pretty interesting as well, I'll share with you in a second. It tells me if you see something that checks 60, 70% of your boxes on a new property and has the non-negotiables, the things you can't change, you're going to be in way better shape as a home purchaser. Gen Xers, with a median age of 52, represent the second largest share of people that were selling their home at 23%. The number one was younger boomers with a median age of 64 and a median income of $103,000. That's 26% of home sellers. Nearly 7 out of 10 home sellers, 65%, were married, and that was the demographic that was highest among older millennials, which is 77% of sellers from 34 to 43. So what we're seeing, it's the people that need to move. They got growing families. The home's getting too big, or they want to be closer to family. That's a big downsize or attraction. That's who's moving right now. So what we know is inventory is going to continue to grow. There's new homes that come to the market every day. What you've got to ask yourself is, knowing this data here, are you in a position to jump on the home that's going to be right for you in the community that you want to live in? Number two, have you had a strategy session with somebody to go over, hey, here's what this actually means for me. Here's what I need to do to get into a new property. Because if you're not going to be prepared, then all of a sudden you're not in a position to get that house, and it could be a very long time before the next one comes to the market. And some other things you want to be mindful of. For homes that sold recently, the final sale price was a median 100% of the final listing price. We saw the same thing here in the suburban counties in the greater Philadelphia area, where the list to sales price ratios were just above 100%. So be ready to pay the asking price. 32% of sellers reduced their price once, and 35% of the silent generation made at least one price cut compared to only 26% of older millennials. So you can see there's a little bit of a disconnect there on pricing. 23% of sellers offered buyer incentives, and that varied across generational groups. And 10 years was the median for all sellers, while it varied between a lot of different generations. So this is what we're seeing. Now, very interesting, what I found is the largest share of home sellers were people in their homes 21 years or more. That's 25%. The second largest was 4 to 5 years at 14%. 11 to 15 is at 13%. 2 to 3 at 12. 6 to 7 years is 12%. 8 to 10 years is 11%. And 16 to 20 years is 11% as well. So we're seeing that people are staying in their homes a lot longer. Again, all the more reason to be ready to act when you see the right property. We threw a lot of data at you here. There's a lot of things to interpret. If you need to schedule a call with our team and talk about your situation, use the link in the comments.